Okay, so we'll get into Raven today officially off the Busted Stuff album. It was originally done for the Lillywhite Sessions, and which is the version I personally like better. Even though you really can't understand maybe 10 words he says in that whole song. I just really like the sound of all the songs on the Lillywhite version. But the guitar is the same. He plays it on a 12 string, so it might sound a little different to you. If you want to look up a good 6-string version, you can look up the Benaroya Hall version that Dave Matthews did solo back in, I think, 2002. Now, like I said, Lillywhite Sessions, Busted Stuff, all the guitars the same. He just wrote actual lyrics for the Busted Stuff version. So we'll get into it. There's 2 different intros that I want to go over with you, because there's one that he does solo, acoustically, and the version that's on the studio album that he does with the band. So we will start up here on the E, the A, and the D string. We're going to be on 8, 10, and 12. That's all you do is just strum E, A, D. Then we come down here to a pretty standard Dave Matthews chord, similar to a lot of the ones in recently and two-step and different songs like that. Except on this one, we'll be on the E and the G string, and we'll have our forefinger over here on the D string 5th fret. Okay, so we're 7th, 7th, and it's on the 5th. And then you just hit those as well. Go E, D, G. And then the little walk down part, we'll go. Okay, so we're going 8, this is all on the E string, 8, 10, 8, 7, 8, 7, 5, 3. And then the next note after that is actually the open E before you start the verse. Okay, so we'll go over that again. Okay. And the little other intro that I was talking about, he just kind of messes around with this in the Benaroya Hall. It's basically just a little C kind of walk down. And he just kind of messes around with that. Like I said, he's rarely ever done that, so just pay attention to the original one that I went over. So that is just a little added something in there if you do go watch that Benaroya Hall version. So starting off with the verse, we're going to be on the A string on the 11th fret. We're going to be on the D string 9th fret. Ring finger is going to be on the 11th also, but we're going to be on the G string. And then our pinky is going to be right down here on the B string 12th. Okay, and you're keeping everything pretty well open. The only string you're not really hearing is that high E down there. And that's just, you're hitting that bass, kind of hitting the E and the A strings on that first. And then you're really getting those last 4 strings in there, 3 or 4 strings in there on that the second strum. Then we're going to come down here, standard G chord. Exact same thing, accent bass notes on the first strum, and hit the last 4. Then we're going to come down here. What I'm doing here is I'm on the D string 7th fret, the G string 9th fret, and I'm going to put our pinky right down here. And you can do it like this. I'd use your ring finger here, pinky there. We're on the G string, the B string, 9th and 10th. And you're just hitting an open D. And you can kind of hit that, or I'm sorry, I said D, I meant open A. Okay, then we're just gonna come straight back up to that chord that we just ended on. So you're going from, when you go from here, you don't have to move any of these 3 fingers. They're gonna stay on those same strings. And then you just come up, and our last note is gonna be the same as the first note. Okay? So when we start the next part, you're just gonna stay on that, okay? Go from there, we'll go down to that pre-chorus. We're going to be on the E string 1st fret, G string 2nd fret. And then we'll bring our ring finger up here to the 3rd for the other 2 times he hits it. Okay? And you're still, so that middle finger is going to stay there on that G. You're just going to switch these from the 1st fret to the 3rd fret. And then the end of that, you're going to come up here, you're going to have your middle finger on that 8th fret, pinky finger on the 9th fret on the G string and the E string. All I'm doing is moving my ring finger, or I'm sorry, my middle finger from the 8th and putting my forefinger on the 7th. Then when he says one hand is bleeding, the other hand holds the gun, these are going to be standard. This is pretty much almost the exact same thing as what recently is. He says everything feels open and then everything shut down. Okay, so what it is E and the G strings on the 10th. We're going to bring our forefinger over here to the 7th fret on the D string. Keep that on that 7th fret, D string. We're just going to move our middle finger to the 8th fret, E string. Pinky's down here on the G string, 9th fret. Then we're still on the same strings. E, G, we're on the 7th fret. And our forefinger's going to be over here on the 5th fret on the D string. Then still keeping this on forefinger on the 5th fret. A little bit of a stretch here. We're going to put our ring finger on the E string, 8th fret, pinky down here on the 9th fret, G string. And then we'll have, we'll go back to that exact same chord that we just came from, which is the 7th on the E and G, and the 5th right there on the D. And then we'll come down here to an F. So we'll go. Okay, and then he goes into, before he goes back into the verse again, they do the same intro, I think, one more time. And that's Raven for you. Not a lot to that song. Like I said, really cool song. Pretty good intermediate song for you. And like I said, a little bit of a stretch there, but nothing too crazy. So let me know any other songs you want to hear. I've run through quite a few of them. But if you look through my videos and see one that I haven't posted yet that you'd like to learn, just let me know. Thanks for watching.